Hello everybody and welcome to the year 2025 here on MTG Phil. As you can see, today I have got a really janky pre-modern deck for you. It's not something we have previously done here. We did talk about some weaker decks, we talked about some maybe tier 2 decks and type 2 decks from back in the day, but this is my own invention, so to say. I do know that people are aware of this nice combo that can kill your opponent in one turn. I'm talking about Pandemonium and Saproling Burst, hence the name of Pandemonium Burst. But I actually just thought of it in 2006 when this card was reprinted in Time Spiral, and having been a fan of Saproling Burst and playing it in the Fires of Yvonne red and green deck, I just decided to experiment with it. And now with Premodern, I wanted to revisit this nice and janky combo. So let's dive into the mana base. Here we have got 5 forests, so it's an all green deck. I can say it's not an all green deck, of course. It's a deck that focuses primarily on green. We have a 1 City of Brass, very nice copy from the 7th edition. Next we have got Kaplusan Forest, because red is the second color here. There's a tiny splash of white, as we will see later as well. We don't really need basic lands, so the only reason why I included forests is that we have got these lumberjacks, which we'll talk about in a second. Next we have got these 3 depletion lands, right? So they are from the cycle in Mercadian Masks. There was also the Peat Bog, the black land, and Saprosan Scary, which was the blue land, and they did pretty much the same but with different colors, and they were a little bit popular back then. So again, this is how it works. It comes into play tapped, 2 counters. By tapping it, you remove a counter and get 2 mana. So this is quite important because the idea is that we can put a lot of these tap lands into play, and then we can have one very explosive turn, or maybe we can tap it once and then sacrifice it and have one very explosive turn, and we will get some sort of mana acceleration as well, and also it allows us to have more non-land cards in our deck. And there is a little bit of a trick. We will see how actually it works. So just a reminder that on this channel we always play now games in Forge, so you will see this deck in action if you stick around a little bit, or if you want to, you can just use the time code and skip to the games straight ahead. So yeah, we have got this Wreath Grove. This is a layer card. When it comes into play, you can bounce one of the lands, and let's imagine that we have already tapped this land. There is only 1 counter left, so we can get it into play, bounce this land, and it can be a little bit slow, of course, but you will understand how this deck works and that this can actually bring us a little bit of a benefit. Next, we have got Birds of Paradise, again only 1 copy. Orcish Lumberjack, kind of an interesting mana dork, not really a mana dork, but essentially he turns your forests into some kind of a dark ritual, or I don't know, forest ritual, what is that? So yes, by sacrificing a forest, and look at the flavor here, it's amazing, right? Because he cuts down a tree from the forest, gives you 3 mana. In any combination, by the way, red and green, as you prefer it to be. So quite a nice thing to have. Very powerful mana acceleration, because if you just have Orcish Lumberjack and the Forest, you can still tap this for mana and sacrifice it, so that gives us 4 mana. And 4 mana is something that we need to cast Pandemonium. So next we have got Tinder Wall. Tinder Wall is an awesome wall, 0/3, which is not that bad, because there are some creatures with 1 or 2 power in Premodern that can be stopped with that, but also for sacrificing it, again, can be used at any time. You can get 2 red mana, so pay green, get red, pretty good. Next we have got Elvish Spirit Guide. I still have these things from my legacy deck, Goblin Charbelcher, so that's why I remember about this insane fast mana in red and green. And this one you can just remove from your hand to get 1 green mana, no strings attached. You can also play it for 3 mana as a 2/2 creature card later on. Maybe this can also come in handy. And next we have got an interesting card whose idea was changed a little bit after Mana Burn was cancelled. So now you can easily have this, 2 green mana and nothing bad will happen to you. Also, there is no mana pool as far as I understand, but still. And, it's green mana. For our opponent, very often this will be as good as colorless mana, but we can actually use this green mana. So pretty powerful mana acceleration. Can also backfire, but we'll see. Depends on the matchup as well. Next we have got Lotus Petal, only 3 copies. So can you imagine that these 3 cards do the same thing as a Black Lotus? And even then they are already very popular, and as far as I know they were banned or restricted in some formats. Maybe not, but in any case Lotus Petal is still too good by modern standards, of course. Next, we have got Pandemonium and Saproling Burst. So what does Pandemonium do? What it does is that it makes your creature's power matter. And again, it's a symmetric card, so it doesn't only work for your creatures, but it also works for your opponent's creatures, so you have to be careful. If you can, you should delay casting it as far as you can. So whenever any creature comes into play, that creature's controller may choose to have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature or player. And the Saproling Burst is not just a card, it's a whole system, we can say. So how does it work? Okay, let me show you for a second. Okay, so there you go. Comes into play with 7 counters. Yes, it does have fading, so these things are not going to stick for a long time, but we don't really need that, because if we manage to get these 2 cards out for 9 mana, quite a lot, but manageable, technically I think on turn 2, but that would be incredibly lucky. But I did get this on turn 3, not very consistently, but quite often. And turn 4, that's an easy thing to pull off. So here is how it works. You remove this counter, and the 6/6 creature comes into play. Then you remove this counter, and then a 5/5 creature comes into play. So that's 11 damage. Add 4, you've got 15. Add 3, you've got 18. Add 2, you've got 20, and your opponent is dead. So this is how it's supposed to be working in this magical Christmas land, of course. Highly unlikely that it's going to happen, especially after sideboarding, but this is a nice combo to pull off. And besides that, we have got a couple of other things. Let me show you. There is this very unique card from Apocalypse, Wild Research. So essentially it allows you, for as long as you can pay this white mana, that's why we have the white splash, search for an enchantment and reveal it. And then essentially we gamble, because this card might be discarded or another card from your hand might be discarded. So of course it's advisable to use when you have let's say more than 0 cards in your hand. That's pretty obvious, but more than 1 as well, because a 50% chance, that's too terrible. 33% chance if you have 2 cards, then doing that, essentially, yeah. I mean, if you have 1 more card to discard, so yeah, that's the thing. We'll see how it works. Also, you can search, you can use blue and search for instants, so Urza's Rage, for example, highly unlikely, I know, but this is what we can technically do if we want to finish our opponent. And also we have got this Kamahl Pit Fighter, one of my favorite legends. I remember that I played an reanimated deck. Maybe we'll revisit this thing. Again, 6/1, just like Ball Lightning, doesn't have trample though, and has haste. And if the board is not clear, then you can just start shooting either at your opponent or start shooting the creatures that your opponent has. Pretty good card. And with Pandemonium it can work quite well. We'll see how it performs. And also kind of a favorite, a janky card, kind of a favorite of mine from back in the day. Also have this, FNM, which I really appreciate. Krosan Tusker, right? So 6/5, and when you cycle him, you may search library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So yeah, a little bit of, not really mana acceleration even. So you can either choose a land and 1 extra card, or you can choose this tough guy 6/5. Maybe it can work with Pandemonium. So yeah, we will see how this actually performs in a minute in our Forge game. First, we're playing against Panzer, because it's a pretty disruptive deck. We'll see how we can do. And this is an interesting one, right? Because we have got the Vineyard. And I think we'll keep that. Okay, so we've got a mountain against us. A remote farm is not something we need at all. So we have to be careful here. But okay, we're guaranteed to have 2 mana. There are no instants in any case in this deck. And the land gets destroyed. What a shame. And we get the mana. So, like that. Again, very slow. Let's play another Vineyard. So now we have 4 mana. Okay. So that's pretty good. The problem is that we don't have any of the combo pieces, but oh my god. Yeah, that's Panzer for you. I mean, what did you expect? Okay. So we have 4 mana now. And what we can technically do is summon Kamahl, Pit Fighter, 4 mana, and Tinderwall. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's a bad call. At least we'll get rid of this guy, but I'm sure that Kamahl is going to get burned next turn. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't even know why I did that. But yeah, here is our second chance. Are we going to try that? Wait, can we do it? Yeah, we can. Because now you see, we produce red mana. Now we use this land. It bounces the Kerplusian Forest. But we can already tap it, so there is no delay. It doesn't come into play tapped. And now we can attack, which we will do. At least 6 damage, right? And okay, gets pillaged, Cursed Scroll, but no mana for Cursed Scroll. Oh, no, there is mana. So that's what we did with the Vineyard. Yeah, a bit of a pity, a bit of a pity. Let's see. Okay, now we're just getting too much mana. And nothing to do, really. So the biggest question, of course, is going to be not really the mana, but the... Let's actually play it as a creature, why not? But the cards, right? So it's essentially a top deck war now. And all of our creatures get burned. Okay. So yeah, at least there is Pandemonium, which I will play. And what do we have? Yeah, it was a little bit incorrect. We had to sequence the mana properly at least. Okay. We can still get something that wins the game. Okay. Let's deal damage. And oh my god. Okay, pretty scary. Yeah, I will have to block. I mean, I don't have a choice, do I? And now, yeah, nothing really happened. Okay, so I don't know, Vineyard is fun to play. It's like Mana Flare, but slightly smaller. But a really interesting card. Okay, now we have Pandemonium and Kamahl. And I also have a lot of red mana. So, okay, let's do it like this. Again, probably that's not the right thing to do because it will get burned. But on the other hand, it acts as a removal magnet. Okay, of course, should have played this one. Okay, gets burned again. Here is the Vineyard, which I will play, and this. So, okay, next turn we can do double Pandemonium. Well, not that we can do double. Wait, can we? No, not yet. But at least we can do one Pandemonium. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Right. So add the mana. Now, should we start with Pandemonium? Yeah, we should start with Pandemonium. No questions asked here. Our opponent doesn't have creatures that big. Okay. But should we go for the second Pandemonium now? Well, if we do this... Okay, 2 mana, 3 mana. We will not have double red, which we need for Kamahl. Okay, so let's do it like that. We will deal 6 damage to Jackalpop and attack for 6 as well, right? Doesn't look bad. Okay, so do we have the... But wait, do we have the mana? I'm sorry, this one is tapped. We don't have the mana. We don't have the mana. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay. Right. Okay, our opponent didn't do anything. So that's perfect for us. Now, can we do double Pandemonium? So we have got 4 mana, 5, 6, 8 mana. Okay, but, well, of course we can do Pandemonium, but, well, okay. This is at least something we can try, because it's going to be so much fun if it happens, if it resolves. Okay. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. So this is how I'm going to play. Remove the counters. Gets destroyed. Remove the depletion counter. Pay 2 mana, like that. Okay, so first get rid of Jackalpop. 6 damage to our opponent, right? And 6 damage to our opponent through that as well. Both things resolve. Okay, 8. And now we will attack. Right? Just 2 left. Okay. 3 mana. I mean 3 life. Oh, okay, we didn't get burned. So now we will finish our opponent with this. Super spicy, I think. Very nice. So, you know, I was on the fence. This was... The big guys were actually a very late addition because I thought, okay, Saproling Burst is good by itself. If we manage to get it out early, we can actually win some games. I did try that. At first, like the first iteration of the deck had more mana dorks. Then I decided to go against that because maybe we don't need that. And it's not really fun. So then I said to myself, okay, if we have only one combo piece with which we can technically win, especially if we get to cast it twice, then what about the second combo piece, which is a good card, you know, by itself. Can we do something? And yeah, we actually can. All right then, so we can cast that, so we will have 6 mana, but the problem is that our opponent will 100% sacrifice Monk Fanatic to kill the Lumberjack. So, not a good idea. Okay. Lavamancer, that's even worse. That's even worse. But look, we've got Pandemonium now. So the only thing we need to do is to live long enough to have 9 mana. And then we get the combo and win. Oh no, that's not good at all. That guy is terrible. He's gonna start destroying our lands. So, okay, let's think here. What can we do right away? He is 1-2, so that's problematic. Because technically, could we have cast, let's say, Pandemonium and then Lumberjack? But yeah, that would still deal only 1 damage. We cannot deal 2 damage, which is terrible. Well, okay, he gets rid of this. Also, our opponent doesn't have anything in the graveyard. So I'm not even sure that Lavamancer's ability will work. Well, I don't know. There's only so much you can do. The red mana. Well, okay, let's try that. I know it's a bad idea overall. Let's try it anyhow. of course destroys our remote farm. So any non-basic land is gonna get destroyed now. All right, look, what we can do is that we can cast Kamahl, and with Kamahl we can kill Levomancer, and then we can kill Dwarven Miner, and then we can actually live and play our combo, right? Well, at least it looks like it in theory. But next turn our opponent will be able to activate Grim Levomancer. Wait, no, we will kill Grim Levomancer. Their opponent most likely does have burn. But okay, without any further ado, I think we should do it. So 6 mana exactly, 2 red mana. That's exactly how much we need. Sacrifice the wall. And now cast Kamahl before this guy can do anything. Okay, look, yeah, it's not such a bad outcome. It's not such a bad outcome. We've got Avalanche Riders. We will also make sure that our opponent has paid the upkeep cost for Avalanche Riders. Then we'll kill the miner, I think. Yep, that's a good plan, I guess. Okay, so then we kill the miner. No, wait, we kill the riders, because riders do more damage. And this is just puny 1 damage, so we don't care. And I even think we can attack, why not? Woo, okay, nice. Well, actually, I don't mind, you know what? I don't mind. Doesn't look like such a terrible outcome, as I have said previously, because our opponent always pays echo cost. The problem is that we are not getting any new lands. But on the other hand, we are getting the best of this exchange. Okay, there is Mishra. And we have no lands now. We just have, you know, the cheese stands alone Kamahl Pit Fighter. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can we bet on attacking and then untapping to kill our opponent? Or is there anything else we can do? I think there is nothing else in terms of probability. So let's just hope that Kamahl doesn't get burned. And Kamahl doesn't get burned. Guess what? So wow, what a nice game. So this is not exactly how this deck is supposed to work, but I think Kamahl, you know, takes a big win this time. Okay, so what else can we try? We can also try some pretty fast deck to just show you how it normally cannot keep up with really fast and aggressive decks. So look, we actually have the combo, but it's going to be pretty slow. Okay, also we start. So okay, there's a little bit of hope, but not too much. Oh my god. This is the worst card of them all. Okay. So what can we do right away? Of course, the probability of the card that we need getting discarded is still not that big, but okay, you know what? We can actually play it more or less safe. We can also try to play. That's just 3 mana, right? No, that's not enough. Also, we cannot tap into Lumberjack's ability, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, what I was trying to say is that we can activate Tusker's ability and it just gets more cards into our hand. Well, let's try that, why not? Let's cycle Tusker. Let's get a forest, because we need forest for the Lumberjack. And actually do this. Okay. So okay, we got a little bit more lands. Alright, let's just hope that none of the combo pieces get discarded. Let's see. And oh no, that's the most important combo piece. That's the most important combo piece. Okay. Now it's going to be pretty terrible because yes, we can try digging for wild research, but it's not really feasible, to be honest with you. Well, okay. Exile Spirit Guide, cast Saproling Burst, and wait for our opponent to discard some other super important card. And there's one more hippie, so pretty much no hope. Okay, so here is how I like to play Saproling Burst. Nah, that's not the old school token, unfortunately. Not the original token, which is incredibly expensive. Yeah, the original tokens, you know, from Invasion. I even think it might have been the very first token, you know, outside of some of the, you know, other things. I mean, the first official token that was a card as a player reward. Now they are super expensive. Like in Odyssey, you had the elephant token. In Invasion, you had the sapling token. Yeah. Okay, so in any case, we have three creatures. And now what we can do is cast Wild Research. Like that. And attack with these three guys. So our opponent has 11. Okay, we have no cards in hand. There's with a dredge. And there is Pandemonium. That's very nice, but it's a little bit too late. Also, we don't have the mana for that, so you know. Yeah, okay, this one is lost, so there's nothing we can do. Also, most of their creatures had evasion, so okay, let's just hope that we get luckier this time. That's 3 mana. Okay, also we have the Vineyard, which our opponent cannot really use because they rely on black mana. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Also, we have Saproling Burst, which we can cast as early as turn 2, right? Turn 2. Is that correct? Okay, we have 3 mana, 4 mana. Okay, I was thinking that, who knows, maybe we can cast it even earlier than that. But now, okay, of course, Ildemari's Vineyard is very smart because it's not activated right away. Yeah, it says at the beginning of each player's main phase. So yeah, if you're able to cast that, then your main phase has already begun, which makes total sense, as you understand. So yeah. Okay. All right then. So we can actually use Tusker, but okay, we shouldn't. So okay, exile that, cast Vineyard. Should we try Tinderwall now? Probably not. Okay, good. I'm happy. Sarcomancy, not the most terrifying card for sure. Okay, yeah, so now we have a choice, actually. We have a choice of Saproling Burst or Kamahl Pit Fighter. Well, this black deck has some removal, so Kamahl wouldn't be that smart. So what should we go for? Well, yeah, I don't think we should, you know, foil our original plan. Let's just get 5 mana with the Spirit Guide and cast this. Okay, so our opponent is somewhat blind, unfortunately. It's not really fair to take advantage of that, but I just wanted to show you that our opponent can't read. So, of course, our tokens destroy that, and there is Sarcomancy, which will deal 1 damage to our opponent, of course. Okay, so our guys are 3-3, still beating the Black Knight. Now we can cast Lotus Petal, and I think we can actually clear the way. Just get rid of Black Knight, right? Okay. So wait, how can we get mana now? Yeah, we can get mana from our mana pool. So that's going to be, wait. Okay. So did I did I do everything correctly? We have got 4 mana, 5, 6. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. I was thinking maybe I made a mistake there. Also, again, fun fact, we don't have any lands. But as you have seen, this deck is actually capable of winning even without any lands. So that's neat. Okay, here is Hippie. That will get shot. Because I hate that so much. Lost our previous game because of that. And yeah, we cannot even cycle this guy. We need 1 more mana. We need 1 more mana. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love it so much. Such a weird thing. We actually won. Again, without having any lands in play. Okay. So, look, I actually want to show you the interaction. I want to show you how the combo works exactly. So, you know, it's not all about Kamahl. It's not about Kamahl. Should have, of course, done that. Okay, I'm getting carried away. That's not a good thing. Okay, here's the vineyard. We will be able to cast Tusker next turn, I think, right? No, that's 7 mana. Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. This guy is big. And this guy has evasion. So, okay, we have Birds of Paradise. Okay, let's see what we should do. So currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. With this one we can have 6 mana. This gives us, yeah, still not enough for the Tusker, unfortunately. Well, okay, let's do it like this. Okay. We're getting smashed, unfortunately. Okay, so here is Tusker. Evasion will still get us, unfortunately. Shadow will get us. Okay. Yeah, that's too late. Too late. Still got to attack with the Tusker. And sack this. Again, nothing you can do against Shadow. Okay. So, yeah, let's play 1 more match, right? Let's play 1 more match. Can we play against maybe Goblins? Okay, let's play against Goblins. Goblins is one of the top tier decks for sure. At least AI is very good at playing it. Of course, this guy gets destroyed, but that was fine. It was just a decoy, you know. So this, Pandemonium, we'll cast it next turn. And then I don't know. Should we again start destroying everybody with Kamahl? Maybe. Don't see any explosive stuff from our opponent. On the other hand, I told you that I wanted to show you the combo, so let's, you know, stay true to our word. And okay, we get some damage. And can I show you the combo? So we have 2, 3. Yeah, of course I can show you the combo. So there you go, there you go. Okay, so remove 1 counter, deal 6 damage to our opponent, remove the second counter, deal 5 damage to our opponent, 4 damage, 3 damage, and 2 damage. Okay, so 21 points of damage. 21 points of damage. This is what you can do with this marvelous combo. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit weak, but again, we have Kamahl, right? And we can't even cast Kamahl using this. But okay, let's keep. And okay, Bolt the Bird. Okay, look, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. So we are going to have enough mana next turn, right, for Kamahl? Oops, not really, not really. Okay, we don't have Pandemonium. But, you know, I'm not sacrificing 2 Lotus Petals for Pandemonium, of course. Not doing that. Tusk. Actually, I did have a, you know, mountain for the Tusker. Did I? Because I'm afraid that the deck that I have here and the deck that I showed you in paper are not really synchronized with each other. But yeah, but in any case, I don't think we have a mountain here. Okay, so what can we do? Because, you know, we need red mana. We really need red mana. But should I use it for that? Yeah, okay. It's a little bit of a pity because it looks like we really have what we need, but we don't at the same time. And also I didn't show you how Wild Research works. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a little bit disingenuous, but I will just cast Kamahl and start, you know, killing goblins. It does feel good actually to do this kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So here is this thing. Okay, of course, cannot cycle. Let's attack. Let's attack. We're very close to our victory. I don't know. Our opponent just got mana screwed, sadly. Goblins are much more fearsome than that, you know. So yeah, I just can attack with. Okay, so there you go, there you go. Okay, maybe got a little bit lucky. We did see the combo, we did see Glorious Kamahl in action. We saw how Pandemonium works. Didn't see Wild Research, but trust me, you wouldn't like to see that because it's pretty devastating to cast it and, you know, discard all of the cards that you need every time, even when the chances are pretty low, like 1 out of 4. So yeah. Okay, so there you go. I hope you have liked this incredibly janky deck, so stay tuned for more. I'm trying to stick to my commitment of weekly uploads from now on. And, you know, we did have such a good run a couple of years ago when I actually did that. So please stay tuned. And, of course, plenty of other good pre-modern and old school stuff coming up. Bye.